Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the African Event Television, and welcome to your program. Of course, this is the new normal. Ensure you put on your face mask always. Some countries are already experiencing the third wave of the coronavirus, so it's still with us. So we must continue to apply all caution in whatever we do and keep to all the laid down protocols by the World Health Organization. Welcome to your program today. My name still remains Patrick Abambo. On this program, we will be bringing you our visit to Imo State. It was quite revealing. Really, a lot of negative news were coming from Imo State, but when we got there, we found out that there are more of positives than even negative. Negative are just insignificant, but Nigerians seem to celebrate the negative more than the positive. I wish that we can change our mind about how we look at issues in this country. It's also a sad one because just a few days ago, Nigeria again lost two illustrious sons, two people who were poised to ensure that this country remain secured. Talking about Flight Lieutenant John Aboriwan and Flight Lieutenant Ebiakpo Chepele of the Nigerian Air Force. These two wonderful officers died, unfortunately, in the aircraft that suspectedly crashed in the Northeast. It's one death too many. It's one death too many, and one is worried and seeking that the Nigerian Air Force and Nigerians must rally around our personnel, our security personnel, to ensure that we'll live secured. Some video have been trending, like you can see on that screen. I want to tell you here emphatically that that video is an edited video, a Photoshop video that is not real. But the propaganda agents of these insurgents, Boko Haram and its counterpart, talking about ISWAP, are making Nigerians and the whole public, the whole world to believe that they shut down the aircraft, but it's not true, because critical observation of that video, you will notice and see that it's not possible. There are so many points. Because of time, I may not be able to go through, but I had already pointed out some points. I can obviously tell you from that video that is not true as a security expert, and also somebody who thinks critically. I noticed a lot of loopholes in that video. So I'm calling on people not to discountenance that video. This video was not, the aircraft was not shot down by Boko Haram. But we are charging the Nigerian Air Force to unravel the cause of the crash and locate it. I'm actually very worried and disturbed that 2 days or 3 days the Air Force have not been able to get to the point of the crash, and in the insurgents, leaving the insurgents to get there before them. It also calls to question what is the communities doing. The communities should have provided that information to the security agencies to find out where it happened. But they would rather want to be on the side of the insurgents than on the side of good reasoning. People of Borno State must sit up and ensure that we don't lose innocent Nigerians who are trying to make that state peaceful. It's sad that Borno State has remained a sore point in the country in terms of security, because the people are allowing insurgents the way to commit atrocious crimes in the country. It's so sad, really. I'm emotional about it, but I'm not supposed to. But I must tell you that this is getting out of hand, and we must, as Nigerians, rally around and ensure that things like this don't continue. Yes, I got a call this morning from somebody I respect, who were telling me that, look, and a topic we should look into about Nigerians hating themselves. Really, I had promised him that by next week we will do something about it, because it's quite very, very important. We should love one another, whether you're from the east or from the south or from the north. This country is one country that God has put us into to live as one. He gave me some instances about what we should look into, what happened in Ifiditi in Oyo State, where an Hausa man who is selling went to pray, and the customer came, met an Yoruba woman who is also selling her goods, but the Yoruba woman attended to the goods of the Hausa man and sold it for him. And this is the love that we talk about. Next week we'll be looking at this issue. Where did we get it wrong? time will not permit us on this program today, but really we must also look at the issues, what security agencies are doing. During the week, the Force Headquarters Abuja paraded 16 suspects that were arrested from different parts of the country on issues of insurgency and the unwarranted attacks on security agencies. Sit back as we bring you this report by Shekina Chinkere.
Move to rid the society of hoodlums and insurgents. The Nigerian Police Force, in collaboration of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Air Force, have arrested 16 suspects who carried out various violent and unprovoked attacks on security personnel and facilities. These suspects who confessed their involvement in the crime they were arrested include a prophet. They were picked up from various states of the country and paraded recently. During the parade, some of them willingly admit their involvement in killings and destructions.
I'm a member of ESL. I joined 2017. I'm a second in command in Special Force, ESL. I participate in the war they shot us at camp. They attack us in the camp. And they will kill one policeman and 2 rifles. And the second one is the one that we have open fire with the soldiers. Before I get this injury in my leg, they arrest me in the hospital. In Oka.
I joined IPOP on 17th of March 2020. Now I was recruited as a ESN member on November 2020, sir. So and the first movement I participate, I was on 24th of January 2020 when we are coming down from Onitsha straight to Olo. So accidental we jammed a police checkpoint at Olo Ihiala Road when we have attack exchange of bullets with them. So 2 policemen were killed and we discovered 3 AK-47 and we burned down their Sienna.
I'm from Akabo Bahokoro in our local government. My age is 60 years old. The name of my church is the Holy Blessed Trinity, Akabo Bahokoro. I'm a member of IPOP, together with the coordinator of my unit. Then, my wife is a member. My son is a member. My daughter is a member. Then my wife, a brother, is a member.
A total number of 9 AK-47 rifle, 5 other sophisticated firearms, 17 AK-47 magazines, 549 AK-47 live ammunition, 10 improvised explosive devices, camouflage bulletproof vests, walkie-talkies, and other incriminating items were recovered from these suspects. Shekina Chinkere, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
This is really sad that people will resort to violence and killing innocent security operatives who are to protect our lives. Really, it's sad, and I wish they will have a routine for those who still want to carry out this. You should have a routine because the law will actually will definitely take its course against you. So much to talk about, but no time, like I said earlier. Let's go to Owerri because we visited Owerri, and I tell you, within 2 months, the Commissioner of Police, CP Nasiru Mohammed, and his men were able to round up a lot of criminals. It's massive what we met when we got to Imo State. Sit back as we bring you this report by Ernest Enuneku.
The state of insecurity in some parts of the country has increased the need for security agencies to double their efforts to ensure the activities of criminals are nipped in the bud. The Nigerian Police Force, the lead agency in charge of internal security, under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, has continued to champion community policing strategy, which is aimed at bringing the police closer to the people, thereby helping in intelligence gathering. This community policing strategy, the Imo State Commissioner of Police, Sefi Nasiru Mohammed, says has greatly helped his command checkmate the crime rates in the state, barely 2 months of his deployment as the helmsman of the police in the state. It will be recalled that the first commercial kidnapping in the country took place in Imo State, and this has spread to many parts of the country, a trend that has left many dead, bankrupt, and sometimes psychologically traumatized. With the recent rescue of a lawyer of operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit of the Imo State Police Command, a new vista for intelligence gathering appeared, which helped in arresting those that kidnapped the auxiliary bishop of Owerri Archdiocese, Bishop Moses Chikwe. Sifi Mohammed says efforts are on to apprehend the remaining members of the gang.
A particular lawyer, a barrister, was kidnapped, and we followed based on the previous information that we had. We went there and we arrested, we rescued the barrister, and then we arrested 3 others, kidnapped the actual kidnappers. It was during the interrogation that we discovered that one of them is also in the wanted list of those that actually kidnapped the bishop.
Some of the suspects involved in the kidnapping of the bishop and the lawyer narrates their roles.
We don't know that he's a bishop. We'll just follow the car. So on the process, when we blocked the motor, the man said that he's a bishop, he's a bishop. So I was very shocked.
See that bishop motor? No, because the motor is tinted. We don't even know that the bishop is inside it. Who we see that driver because he get bored and he dressed very far. We say this person should clear, let the motor pass. So the person clear the motor pass. He now following the motor for back one after that. When we enter a street like that, either road 19. So he said this person should cross the motor. The person now drop cross the motor.
What role did you play in the kidnapping?
My role there is to watch about the barrister. Yeah, the victim.
You were there watching over the victims?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before the police stopped the place.
Yeah, sir.
So how many kidnapping have you been involved in?
This bishop and this barrister.
Security Watch Africa, in an exclusive interview with some of the victims that were rescued by the command, narrates the ordeal in the hands of these daredevil kidnappers.
It was last week, Monday, I went to Mbise for a burial. So I entered one small bus going towards Ahia's Junction. So when I entered the small bus, another person came inside the small bus and closed the door. Someone tied my eyes from the back. So they took me to an unknown destination that was inside a bush, but there is a small uncompleted building inside it. So they kept me there, they naked me, they started beating me. They said I should call my people for the ransom of 15 million.
Within some minutes, they took me off, put me, trying to force me down at the floor of their Toyota Camry Spider. They forced me down there. 3 other guys used leg to match me down. They took me off. Along the road, they raised my head, tied my eyes, blindfolded my eyes, took me to an unknown destination. That was on Saturday. The next day, Sunday, 28th of February, they opened the communication. They called me and asked me through one of them that they need 15 million naira, 2 things, or they will kill me. If I give them anything less than 15 million, they will collect it and kill me.
The Imo State Police Command has also solved a 5-year-old case of murder that has left the family of the deceased devastated. The wife of the deceased, when contacted, said her husband left home 5 years ago and nothing was heard of him since then.
A reverend father, bought a car from Port Harcourt. He came here, he wanted to register it. And when he went to the license office, he was discovered that it is not the name of the person that sold the vehicle to him, and it is not the number of the vehicle, telephone number of the guy that sold him the vehicle. So he now came and reported to us, and we went into this case. And the number of the vehicle, we went to license office, we called that number. The person who picked the number was a female, and she said, we asked her about a vehicle, whether she's aware of this particular vehicle. It was a Lexus, one of these Jeeps. And she said, yes, this Jeep belongs to her husband. And both the vehicle and her husband disappeared 5 years ago. It was a 1.5 month painstaking investigation. But we were able to get the two main suspects that actually killed the husband, buried him, and sold the vehicle 5 years ago.
One of the suspects, however, claimed him and the deceased were lovers, but had informed the second suspect he would be bringing a car for sale over a week before the murder of the deceased.
He told me to take the man to go and bury before they would know everything, that the man is homosexual, that he come and sleep with me, or before they will arrest me. He did not even give me the idea for me to go to the police. But it's here that they told me that I should have go to the police. I was not having the idea. So we took the man to go and bury with me and my brother.
What happened to his car?
So after we buried the man, the car, my brother told me that we should go and sell it.
He called me like today. After 1 week, he brought the car to Port Harcourt.
After 1 week?
Yes, he brought the car to Port Harcourt.
So you helped him to sell it?
I helped him to sign it because the reason why I signed it is he now called his mother to confirm through, and the mother talked on phone, said I should help him to sign. He has gone to school, he was not able to come. I did not know that it's not his mother and it's his girlfriend.
The menace of cultism has been one issue the command is tackling headlong, as this has led to deaths and destructions of properties in Oguta area of the state. It was a case of attack and reprisal attacks of two different cult groups in the town.
Of the state called Oguta, there were a lot of cult activities there, because when I came, I think about a month or thereabout, some youth, cultists, which we believe, went and burnt down about 8 houses. And these houses were not burnt on a straight line. They were selective burning all over the town. So that's how we started investigation. And we discovered that it was a reprisal attack. A member of one of the gang was killed, and so the other members came and started burning the houses of these other rival members.
When interviewed, the suspects admitted to carrying out the crime for which they were arrested.
The reason why we burnt houses is because of the other group was killing innocent people in the community. They killed like 3 of our youths. Then we now took power in our hands to burn houses. That's the reason, sir.
But did you find out why they killed them? Did you care to know why they were killed?
Yes, because they are those people that are killed was a brother to those our cult members.
CP Mohammed shared with Security Watch Africa some of the successes he has recorded in less than 2 months as Commissioner of Police, Imo State Police Command.
A certain gentle young man, a graduate, was arrested. He wanted to burn down the house of late Chief Justice Oputa in Oguta. So people thought it is part of the the cultist activities that they are going about burning houses, and his house also was going to be burnt, because the story of the burning, attempted burning, was all over the place. So when we arrested him, he confirmed, yes, he admitted. Yes, he wanted to burn the house, not only the late justice house, but he also wanted to burn other prominent persons' houses around that area. Why? Because he finished university and he couldn't get any job, so he wants to call for attention. During some of the arrests and raid on some locations, the command was able to recover 10 hand grenades, 4 AK-47, 2 pump actions, about 15 locally fabricated guns, and over 500 rounds of caliber of ammunition of different types, and about 15 magazines, just within a small time like that. So we are still doing it, and we'll continue on that.
He, however, warned that the state under his command will not tolerate any kind of lawlessness and advised troublemakers to relocate from the states. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Owerri, Imo State.
Welcome back. Seriously, the police must be commended for taking these criminals off our streets so that we can live in safety. There's so much about we met on the ground there, really, and in subsequent editions of this program, we will unfold them for you to see how these daredevil criminals harass innocent people. But thank God, the police are also not sleeping. They are doing their work. The Commissioner of Police also made a pledge to the people of Imo State this Easter period we are in. Sit back as we bring you this report on Easter.
The need for the protection of lives and properties of citizens during festive periods cannot be overemphasized. And this the Imo State Police Command, under the leadership of CP Nasiru Mohammed, has taken as top priority to ensure that Christian faithfuls and other Imolites mark this year's Easter in a well-secured atmosphere. The command, in a bid to fortify places of worship and other recreational centers, has deployed 4,760 police officers across the state. Security Watch Africa, during its visit to Owerri, the capital of Imo State, met the Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed, and other members of his management team, finalizing modalities to ensure a crime-free Easter celebrations.
We are really assuring all the residents and even people coming in to celebrate their Easter that we will do everything possible to protect life and property. People should not have any kind of fear. Imo State is peaceful. We are also deploying additional manpower. We are scaling down all offices so that during the celebration of Easter, we'll have visible and both vehicular and foot patrol to make sure that all corners where, especially the issue of kidnapping, but we have put a lot of strategies in place to make sure that we have a peaceful and secured Easter celebration in Imo State.
CP Mohammed wished all Christians a happy Easter celebration and urged them to use the period to pray for the peace of the state and the country at large. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Owerri, Imo State.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is your program, Security Watch Africa, only on this channel, the Africa Independent Television, where our social media handles are there on screen for you. Send us your view or your comment or questions you want answers. We'll take it up with the relevant authorities. Any complaint you have, you can also send to us. We'll get it to those who will give you the answer or the reports you need on that. We'll join the CP in wishing all Nigerians, not just the Christians, because in some places everybody is celebrating really. Even as the Muslim faithfuls are preparing for the Ramadan fast, the Christians are ending their own fast by tomorrow. I believe that with this, God will listen to our prayers and bring peace and security to the country, Nigeria. Yes, the Nigerian army is also doing their own, trying to prepare their men in case of any eventualities. The Land Forces Simulation Center had a workshop during the week, and Security Watch Africa, Shuli Danes, was there, and she brings this report.
In the desire to urgently deploy extensive simulation technology for capacity building and force multiplication, the Nigerian Army established Land Forces Simulation Center Nigeria, LFSCN. During the week, the center organized training workshop for officers of the Nigerian Army from different formations, which will replicate real-time battlefield situation. At the opening ceremony, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, who was represented by the Chief of Army Transformation and Innovations, Major General Bamidele Shafa, said that the Nigerian Army under his watch will strategize and deploy all necessary technologies in its assignments. General Tahiru also noted that the LFSCN is living up to expectation by collaborating with relevant stakeholders to fast-track developments.
The establishment of Land Forces Simulation Center Nigeria was premised on the urgent need to extensively deploy simulation technologies for capacity building and force multiplication. In line with my vision, which is Nigerian Army that is repositioned to professionally defeat all adversaries in a joint environment, I am glad to know that the Land Forces Simulation Center Nigeria is living up to its expectation.
Oh, sadly, time is not our friend, really. We have to leave the program today for other programs to continue, but certainly we will continue with the reports next week. We also want to wish Madam Blessing Gowan Airlands happy birthday, Matt. Happy birthday. God will be with you. She's the wife of one of us here. Sadly, we have to leave, really. It's so sad because we have a lot of package. But until we come your way again next week, I say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.